All right, let's dive in. Today we're talking about 7 tech trends that are basically jumping off the movie screen and into our real lives. And look, this isn't some far off future stuff. This is happening right now, and it's reshaping our world.
So the big question is, are you really ready to see what's coming next? Because trust me, it's getting here way faster than you might think.
Okay, first up, let's talk about a huge shift in how we even think about technology. We're moving away from tech just being a tool, something we tell what to do. Now, it's becoming more of an active partner, a co-pilot, if you will. So, what's a great example of this? AI agents. This is a huge leap past just asking your smart speaker for the weather. We're talking about AI that can actually do things on its own. Imagine an AI that doesn't just ping you about a meeting, it actually goes and schedules it, figures out a time that works for everybody, sends the invites, all without you lifting a finger. And that's where the whole relationship changes. See, when your AI can handle all those little steps by itself, it stops feeling like a calculator or a word processor. It starts to feel more like a super capable assistant, maybe even a coworker you can actually count on. And this whole co-pilot idea isn't just for your office. It's hitting the road with self-driving cars. Now, the magic sauce here is something called VDX, which stands for Vehicle to Everything. Basically, it lets cars talk to, well, everything. They talk to each other, they talk to traffic lights, to sensors in the road. It's a constant conversation. And the end game here? It's massive. Think about it. When every car on the road can perfectly coordinate braking, accelerating, turning, you take human error almost completely out of the picture. What does that get you? A world with way, way fewer accidents and traffic that actually flows. So let's just recap this first big idea. The main takeaway is this shift from a passive tool to an active partner. It doesn't matter if it's an AI organizing your life or a car driving itself. The point is, technology is starting to think and act with us, and the whole goal is to make our world a whole lot safer and more efficient. All right, on to part 2. This next idea builds right on top of the first one. It's not just that tech is getting smarter, it's that it's starting to disappear. It's embedding itself into the very stuff that makes up our world. Okay, get ready for this, because it's a bit of a mind bender. Structural batteries. Imagine if the actual materials we build things with could also hold a charge. We're talking about the carbon fiber frame of a car or the wing of an airplane being the battery. The material itself is the power source. Wild, right? Just think about what that means. Instead of having to design a car around this one giant, heavy battery pack, the entire body of the car is storing energy. You save a truly staggering amount of weight and space. This could be a total game changer for making electric cars and planes way more efficient. Another way tech is just melting into our world is something called edge computing. Okay, so right now, most of the hard work happens in the cloud, right? Your phone sends a request to some huge server miles away, it crunches the numbers and sends an answer back. Well, edge computing flips that script completely. The processing happens right there on your device, at the edge of the network. So why should you care? 2 huge reasons. First, speed. I mean, it's almost instantaneous because the data doesn't have to travel anywhere. And second, and this is a big one, privacy. Since your personal info is being processed right there on your phone, it never has to get sent off to some company's server. It stays with you, which is a lot more secure. Okay, this brings us to our third and final section, and this is where things get really personal. We're talking about the lines between us and our machines starting to get, well, really blurry. You've heard of wearables, right? Smartwatches, fitness trackers. Well, get ready for earables. These are super smart devices you wear in or on your ear, and they do way more than just play your podcasts. Think about having a real-time translator in your ear, or a device that's constantly monitoring your health or feeding you information when you need it, super discreetly. And the connection between us and tech gets even crazier when you combine biotech and AI. What we're doing is using the insane power of AI to crunch massive amounts of biological data. This is like putting rocket fuel on scientific research for everything from editing genes to just understanding how our own bodies work. So what does that mean in the real world? It means an AI can sift through millions of possible new drugs in the time it would take a human to look at just a few. This could slash the time it takes to develop life-saving medicines and, hopefully, bring down healthcare costs for all of us. And finally, let's just think about how we even talk to our tech. There's been this amazing evolution, right? We started by typing on keyboards, then we moved to tapping on screens, then we started talking to our devices. So what's next? Well, it's getting even more natural, controlling things with a simple hand gesture or even just by looking at them. And the ultimate point of all this? It's about making technology feel, well, not like technology. The goal is to make it so simple and so human-friendly that it doesn't feel like you're using a separate machine at all. It just feels like an extension of you. Okay, so we've looked at all this incredible futuristic stuff, but that leads us to the biggest question of all. Why does any of this matter? Because when things change this fast, it brings both massive promise and some pretty real risks. You've got two sides of the coin here. On one side, the promise is just huge. We're talking about technologies that could actually help us solve some of our biggest problems: pollution, traffic, even disease. But on the other side, these same technologies bring up some really tough new worries about our privacy, what happens to jobs, and how much energy all this stuff is going to use. And this really gets to the heart of the challenge we're facing. The point isn't just to innovate as fast as we can. The real mission is to make sure that as this technology grows, it's also safe and that it's fair for everyone. So I want to leave you with one final thought. After all of this, AI co-pilots, smart materials, biotech earables, I want you to think about which one of these is going to change your life the most. It's a really powerful question to consider as we all step into this new chapter together. Thanks for joining us.